What are corporate taxes? Golden Retriever does this. A company earns apples and must share some with the government. Golden Retriever explains it. Profits are apples left after costs. A small company earns 300 apples in a year. Costs 150 apples. Profit 150 apples. The government wants a slice. In this world, the tax rate is 30%. Tax equals 45 apples, 30% of 150. Net after tax is 105 apples. Golden Retriever nods. That is what taxes are. Taxes fund parks, schools, vets, and fences for dogs and humans alike. The math is easy, but the feeling is funny. Taxes take away some joy of business, but they support things that help all dogs fetch better toys. If profits were 60 apples, tax would be 18 apples. If profits rose to 500 apples, tax would be 150 apples. Golden Retriever circles the numbers. The story stays simple. Tax is part of the profits game and helps communities grow. Taxes depend on rules. Golden Retriever says rules change with country and year. Some places tax revenue, some tax profits, some tax both. A clever company may use legal moves like deductions to lower the tax. Deductions are costs that the government lets you subtract. That means the same apples can be kept if spent in specific ways. Golden Retriever waves a paw at the calculator. Sometimes taxes feel heavy, sometimes they feel funny. Either way, the apple bottle for taxes is part of life. Please subscribe and drop a funny comment. How do corporate taxes work in practice? Golden Retriever does this. A company earns apples and keeps records. Golden Retriever points to a pretend calendar. If the year shows 200 apples of profit, the yearly tax might be 60 apples. The quarterly payments would be about 15 apples each. Golden Retriever nods, then chases a tiny squirrel toy and forgets the numbers for a moment. Okay, focus returns. If you pay the quarter on time, you avoid extra chaos. If you miss a payment, penalties grow. Interest can pile up and the apples feel heavy. The dog shakes the calculator, then smiles with a goofy grin. Taxes are still surprising, like a dragon in a mail truck. Tidy up. Depreciation and credits exist. But we keep it simple here. You report income. You subtract costs. You calculate tax. You pay it. You can file the return online or by mail. You may use forms with lots of boxes. Golden Retriever pauses to nap, then wakes up to say, there are many rules, many changes, many jokes. The world loves apples, but the government loves taxes too. If you underestimate, you owe more. If you overestimate, you get a refund later. Either way, apples travel. Golden Retriever wags tail. Please subscribe and share ideas in the comments. Getting a tax ID and keeping records. This series is from the Basic Finance, explained by a monkey channel, now starring a Golden Retriever with apples. Golden Retriever nods, tail wagging. The company must have a name and a code called a tax ID. A tax ID helps the government know who pays taxes. Golden Retriever pockets a small notebook with receipts. Records matter, receipts matter, numbers matter. The dog repeats, income, costs, profit. The government looks at the numbers. Tax returns tell the truth. Golden Retriever says, you file a return, once a year, sometimes more. If the return shows a big profit, the tax is big. If it shows losses, the tax can be small or zero. The dog bows to the calculator. It is simple, but funny. A good track record matters. When a company pays on time and files accurately, audits are less likely. Golden Retriever sighs with relief and takes a nap in the sun. Penalties exist. If you hide income or lie about costs, penalties grow. The dog scratches the floor with a paw. The numbers jump around like bouncing balls, but if you're honest, you can avoid drama. You can also get help from a tax pro or a careful friend. The friend can say, keep receipts, check totals, sign forms. The dog smiles, but a squirrel runs by and distracts. The lesson stays. ID, records, filings. Apples do the talking. Company can sleep easier when it follows rules. Golden Retriever wags, dreaming of apples. Tax credits and incentives. Golden Retriever trots in, tail high. The dog explains two main helpers, credits and deductions. Credits reduce the tax bill. Deductions reduce the amount of income that is taxed. Some credits are refundable, some are not. The dog eyes a pile of receipts, then nods. R&D credits are like magic coins. If a company spends 100 apples on research, it might save 25 apples on taxes. A 25 apple credit makes the bill smaller to 35 instead of 60. Energy credits are bright, like a sunbeam. If a factory spends 80 apples on energy upgrades, the tax bill could drop by 20 apples. Depreciation is slower. Big things like machines lose value over time. The company writes off part of the cost each year. The dog uses a chalk line to draw numbers. Different countries and states love to hand out incentives. Golden Retriever hums a tune about flying dogs and rockets. Sometimes credits are not enough and the bill stays high. Sometimes credits exceed the tax and money comes back. The dog giggles and licks a calculator screen. It looks silly but explains a real thing. The moral stays simple. Know your credits, read the rules, keep receipts, and plan ahead. Apples saved today can become apples for a bed and a bone tomorrow. The dog yawns, then spots a toy bone and forgets the lesson for a second. It returns, twitches ears, and says, plan, claim, and save. Golden Retriever wags, dreaming of apples, costs, debt risks, and responsible use. Golden Retriever sits with a calculator in paw. The dog says debt grows if you delay. The numbers grow like munching apples. 100 apples owed with 2% daily interest becomes 102 after 1 day, 104.04 after 2 days, 106.12 after 3 days. The dog sighs. Compound interest is loud and sneaky. The longer you wait, the more you owe. Penalties exist. Late filing, late payment, or misreporting ad fees. The dog spins in circles, then crashes into a pile of paper. It giggles. It is silly, but true. Pay on time. File on time. Keep receipts. Audits can happen, but calm dogs pass audits with a smile. Planning helps. Tax credits and incentives can save apples when used well. The dog lists a few. Credits for research, energy upgrades, equipment investments. Use them, but know the rules. If you plan, apples multiply. If you slow down, apples shrink. Risks and rewards. The dog makes a rhyme about vitamins and numbers. The sun shines on the couch as the dog dreams of funds for parks and toys. The lesson stays simple. Keep records, ask experts, and file early. Conclusion and outro. The dog trots to the camera. Welcome to the chaotic community. This channel offers a Golden Retriever Patreon, an Apple Conservation Fund, toy donations, and paw print autographs. Viewers share jokes and vibes. The dog barks. Remember, apples go paw. Plenty of laughs and apples. The screen fades to apples and a wagging tail.